Hello and welcome to Ashton Gate for today's top of the table clash as high-flying Yorkshire Carnegie visit the West Country. Bristol haven't suffered a defeat since the opening day of the season, but can that run continue today? Well, let's hand over to Tom in the commentary box to find out.
There's a major boost for Andy Robinson's men as the Samoan duo return from World Cup action and both included in the matchday squad. Jack Lamb starts in the back row as Bristol makes 6 changes from the side that overcame Ealing Trailfinders last weekend. And there's a full debut for Rayne Smith at number 8 after the South African impressed off the bench at Vallis Way. Anthony Perenisi comes onto the bench and could make his first outing of the season today. And a decent early penalty from Leonard sees Yorkshire take the lead. McMillan drives the ball, holds it aloft. A third line out on the 5-metre line for Bristol. Robinson pushes it back to Lamb. The ball back to Ross McMillan. This time surely Bristol will cross. Marching over, and Ross McMillan finally gets the try. He was so cruelly denied moments ago. Bristol are off the mark. He spent a lot of time in that corner of the pitch and it's paid off eventually. Penalty after penalty, and of course a yellow card for Yorkshire. And Ross McMillan eventually gets over the line through some great work from his forward partners. Leonard 10 metres in from the touchline. He found the centre of the posts with the last one and has done the same again to add a further 3 to Yorkshire's score. Cliff back in position now. Lamb. Slower ball though from Bristol. Henson to Tovey, lovely flat ball to Tovey. Tovey's got Ollie Robinson alongside him, feeds him the ball, and Robinson dives to cross for Bristol's second try. Wonderful work. Henson just picking up that kick, breaking. Quick hands off of a resulting ruck. And Ollie Robinson had one of the easiest finishes. Good line-out ball though from Yorkshire. And more set, and they're going to try and drive their way over the line, much like Bristol did a few moments ago. They start to march forward. Bristol struggling to stem this. And Yorkshire are over. A referee lifts his arm in the air and Yorkshire get their first try via a drive as well. And good work from the forwards. A neat line out in the first place that allowed the ball to be presented so well. And it's Bainbridge in possession at the back of it to get the first try. Penalty slotted by Henson to stretch Bristol's score to 15. Leonard continues his 100% record. McMillan, 5 metres from the Yorkshire line. It's familiar territory for Bristol, this, not only this season but in this game. And that familiar blue cap at the back of Ollie Robinson. Bristol march forwards. Yorkshire are doing everything they can. They're in the side here. Advantage was coming, but Bristol are over. And Ollie Robinson gets his second of the day. Some great work from the forwards. Got a shove on initially. Yorkshire were doing all they could, but couldn't hold the pack out. And Bristol once again push their way over the line. And once again, it's Ollie Robinson in possession at the back. Penalties there from Henson and adds 3 early on in the second half. Smid working hard at the breakdown. Henson underneath this one. Changes direction. Runs into 3 Yorkshiremen. But Bristol just about keeping possession. Does well. Cliff goes in for the ball. Robinson. Hand off. Lovely offload. Ryan Edwards, who's got all the pace, goes around the outside. Surely in for the corner. Ryan Edwards. What a wonderful score. A fantastic try for Ryan Edwards on this near side corner. You didn't see that coming. He had enough space in front of him just to work out where the gaps were going to develop. Kept the ball in hand, had Varndell chasing a supporting line but didn't need him. You struggle to find a better individual try than that this season. Good throw from Yorkshire. Bristol's counter drive's pretty good to start with. It's this moment where Yorkshire got their tails up last time, and they do so again. It's crabbing in towards the middle of the field, now towards the Bristol line. Bristol's more defence doing everything they can. Yorkshire break, and it's a great score off the back of them all. Once again for Bainbridge. And Yorkshire get that try they've been looking for. Long sustained possession in the Bristol half. And ultimately it was that overthrow at the line out from Bristol that gifted Yorkshire possession and allowed them to build pressure. Led to a penalty and then a try off the resulting line out. Great opportunity here for Bristol. McMillan throws long. Ollie Robinson takes the ball in the air. Lamb's presented with it, and the counter shove from Yorkshire was huge. Lamb breaks off the back, barrelling his way towards the line. Willed on by everyone at Ashton Gate, and he's over. His first game back after a brilliant showing at the Rugby World Cup for Samoa. And he marks it with a try, much to the delight of everyone here at Ashton Gate. Flags waving. You could have bet all your money Bristol were going to drive there, but Yorkshire's counter shove was enough to force Bristol into a move, and Jack Lamb broke off the back and with all his might and muscle powered his way over the line. Henson, space out there for Bristol. Get the gas on. Vandel gives the ball. Could come inside. Bristol marching towards the line, and on the end of it's Wilcliffe to get Bristol's 6th try, and rapturous applause at Ashton Gate. A wonderful breakaway, and on that far side wing, Vandel once again running one of those wonderful supporting lines. Gave the ball inside, and eventually Wilcliffe found it in his hands. The numbers just didn't match up for Yorkshire, and Bristol have crossed once again here at Ashton Gate. Good line-out ball once again from Yorkshire. They lost out in the last drive they had. This one looks a bit more promising. Marching towards the Bristol line. This will be a hat-trick for the 7. And he's over. There's 3 tries for Josh Bainbridge. And Yorkshire grabbed themselves a try with around 10 minutes to go to keep themselves with a little bit of a look into this game. Jarvis takes over duties with a kicking and makes no mistake with that penalty to make it 47-30. Eating away ground, no. Yorkshire marching towards the line, surely over. And it's another driving maul that's allowed the away team to cross. Bristol look disappointed having let that in. But Yorkshire buoyant having scored yet another driving maul. And yet again, it's Bainbridge in possession at the back. 4 tries for him. And that brings up Yorkshire's bonus point. Yorkshire free kick. Costa bounced off, and Yorkshire charging forward once again. And if anyone was going to score that try, it was going to be Josh Bainbridge. Picked up, and there was no one in front of him. The easiest finish he's had out of all of his tries this afternoon. It's try number 5 for Yorkshire and try number 5 for Bainbridge. Decide to switch direction. Jarvis was up quick out the line, trying to close out the potential attack. Edwards steps in to make the tackle. This is real edge of your seat stuff. Surely into overtime now. The next stoppage in play will call an end to the game. Still Yorkshire ball though. Bristol looking lazy around the ruck now. And they've jumped on the ball. Hampson boots the ball into touch. Surely that will signify the end of the game, and it does. Bristol have just about got away with it. 47-42 the final score. Bonus points for everyone, but Bristol win out eventually.
Well, what a tense finish to that game, and Bristol continue their winning run by scoring 6 tries and moving to top of the championship table. You can see all the post-match reaction from today's game by clicking here. And join us back here at Ashton Gate on November the 6th for our first Friday night game against Doncaster.